Calm returned to the streets of Colombo and protesters were jubilant as President Gotabaya Rajapaksa agreed to resign after his house was stormed amid outrage over the nation's collapsing economy. Now, according to a parliament spokesperson, Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has announced that he will step down from his seat on July 13th. The resignation is a result of a mass pressure felt after violent protesters stormed the president's official residence and ransacked the palace. The news of Rajapaksa's decision to step down triggered an eruption of celebratory fireworks in parts of the capital.
I personally informed the president about the decisions made at the party leaders' meeting today. He agreed to implement those decisions. Also, he informed me and asked me to tell the country that he will resign on July 13th to ensure a peaceful handover of power. Therefore, there is no need to destabilize the country any longer.
Partnering with the president's announcement, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has also said that he is willing to resign on the condition that an all-party government will have to be formed. This comes after protesters surrounded the Prime Minister's private residence and later set fire to his home on Saturday. Sri Lanka is facing its worst economic crisis in 7 decades. The chaos has been triggered by a severe shortage of foreign currency that has stalled the imports of essentials like food, fuel and medicine. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, whose location is still unknown, has ordered officials to ensure the smooth contribution and distribution of cooking gas after the fuel-starved country received 3,700 metric tons of gas. Opposition political parties will meet to agree on a new government. Opposition lawmaker M.A. Sumathiran said all opposition parties combined could easily muster the 113 members needed to show a majority in parliament, at which point they will request Rajapaksa to install the new government and then resign. Meanwhile, India's External Affairs Minister has said that New Delhi will provide all possible help to Sri Lanka to tide over the current economic crisis. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has also said that Washington is closely watching events in Sri Lanka. The U.S. urged the Lankan leaders to work quickly to try to identify and implement solutions to bring about economic stability.
With regard to Sri Lanka, more broadly, this is something that we're closely following. We're looking at the political developments. We've seen now thousands of people of all backgrounds taking to the streets, looking for accountability, looking for transparency, looking for a better future.
Pope Francis also urged the Lankan leaders not to ignore the cry of the poor and the needs of the people and appealed for peace in the island nation.
Mi unisco al dolore del popolo dello Sri Lanka, che continua a subire gli effetti dell'instabilità politica ed economica. Insieme ai vescovi del Paese rinnovo il mio appello alla pace. Imploro coloro che hanno autorità di non ignorare il grido dei poveri e le necessità della gente.
As per reports, the International Monetary Fund is planning a possible $3 billion bailout. The IMF has said that it hopes for a resolution of the situation so that it could resume its dialogue with the government. Our correspondent Dasunia Thauda, who is currently in Colombo, has sent us this report about the ongoing political developments taking place in the country.
A tumultuous weekend now draws to a close here in Sri Lanka, with the entire nation as well as the world watching so as to what transpires next here in the island nation. In the coming week, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa is slated to resign on the 13th of July, and with Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe also expressing his intention to resign after forming a newer government. Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abewardena is slated to take over as the acting president of Sri Lanka. It is now up to the politicians of Sri Lanka's parliament to decide for a new prime minister who will garner the confidence and the majority of the House and that of the people. Stay with WION as we track the very latest developments, both economically and politically here in Sri Lanka. Reporting from Colombo, I'm Dasunia Thauda.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.